things up and da 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 da, keep my room clean and do my chores. Then when you tell them to do it, they be like, for what? I don't got to do nothing. You still gonna give me the stuff I want.
Yeah, but it's teaching them some responsibility. Action speaks
Yes.
louder than words, and I think if you're a responsible child, you're rewarded.
Yes.
That's why.
Should be the case anyway.
Yeah, I think when you have kids that are in these different institutions and they're bullying other, classmates or students or just other people, even a teacher maybe, I think that parents or guardians should have some type of liability.
Yeah, and see, that's like a thin line because you can be the best parent and try to give that child the best experience and the best of everything and expose them to all the great things in life, and they still turn out to be just that rotten seed.
Well, I don't know. I know there's a thin line, but I still think if your kid is at school bullying someone on the school bus, bullying someone, and it's reported, and you're called to the school to have a meeting
They
as a
show up
parent.
to the meeting with a gun or a bat or the whole family. They finna tear something up.
Well, then that's when they need to say, hey, move on to a different school district, pay your tax dollars elsewhere, and
Yeah.
so we can have a safe environment for our
Yeah.
students,
But if your
safe
kid
and
is
pleasant.
the common denominator for mischief, it should be a discussion, definitely. But it's like, at what point do you hold them accountable, the parent accountable, but if the parent is honestly doing whatever they can to stop it and steer the child in the right direction, what do you do?
Yeah. So we would like to hear your opinions, our audience
Yes, should
today.
you hold parents accountable for their child being a bully?
Yeah. So let us know if you have comments, those that are participating in our podcast today about bullying.
Okay. Now, today we have Miss Jayla and Mr. Johnny, and they were going to voice their opinions in regards to whether or not you should hold the parent accountable for a child being a bully.
Yeah. And actually, it's Jasmine.
Jasmine, I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm so sorry.
That's
Hey,
okay.
y'all all look alike.
Yep. Y'all look like. And Johnny, your camera's off.
I think
Oh,
he, I think somebody else probably called him. He was trying to answer it and then come back in.
okay. Okay. That's fine. Let's
Okay.
see here. Hold on.
Come out of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to come out of it. It won't let me. Okay. There we go. Now it let me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, we would like to know your opinions in regards to if the parents should be held accountable for their child being a bully.
Yeah, let us know. Say it. What's your opinion? Cast your voice.
Should the parent be liable for a child bullying other people?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm, liable in what ways? Like monetary wise, jail
Both.
time. Like
Both.
how would the parents
So, like, maybe they'd start
feel?
with a fine, and then if it continues, then
Um,
maybe make them do some days.
my issue with the fine is most if the bully is the child doing it, and let's say the parent isn't aware.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it's a
Yes.
single mom. This is a
Yes.
scenario. If it's a single mom that works really hard, takes her kids to school and really isn't aware of the character of her child, when that child is not present with her
Right.
and she can't afford the fine, and then it goes into some type of serious legal situation, and almost to the point to where her kids be taken away because of what her child did.
Right.
So how could the fine of the parent help the bullying in the home for those that already struggle with money issues, or parents that struggle with
So let's play devil's advocate. So why should the school even worry about that when it's her child that's coming and being disruptive or causing fights or just being a terror? That's her child.
true, but if schools run off of numbers and most of it's like logistics,
Yes.
each child that they do have in school does help monetary wise for the school. So losing that child, not saying it'll make or break a school, but depending on the amount of bullying that is done, that could lose a great percentage,
Yeah.
depending on the parents' financial situation.
I'm going to play devil advocate again. So is it cheaper to keep the child there and they cause some bodily harm to someone and the parent of the child that gets hurt sues the school just to keep that kid there?
I think it's cheaper to come up with alternative ways to deal with it. So not
Okay.
necessarily. I think fining should be kind of like it. I think it should be levels to it, like a level. I think there should be 4 levels to it. One is like a meditation room, and try to figure out, like, have the school counselors try to get to the source of why the child is
Yes.
bullying and help other ways to deal with it,
Yeah.
and while notifying like the parents, and then eventually get to the level to where it's level 4. We try to, keep your student in our school district or whatever the case may be,
Right.
and work with all the resources we have. And then once our resources are not assisting, then the parents should be liable and in charge.
Okay. So I have a question for Mr. Harper. Hello, Mr. Harper.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Mr. Harper, didn't you drive a school bus for like a number of years?
10 years.
Yes, sir. So I'm sure with you driving the school bus for so many years, you've seen um, some amazing things that happen on the school bus. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, you see quite a bit. You see quite a bit of,
So
well,
how did you
children,
handle?
children usually,
Yes.
children usually children react to where they come from.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
act like where they come from. So you learn to deal with different parents.
Okay.
And in the course of a school year, you come upon a different type of parent. You learn how to deal with each one because everybody's different. But there's one thing that you got bullies, like people that talk about people,
Mm-hmm.
make fun of people.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got some go as far as to put their hands on other people.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So you got different levels of bullying. So usually the most harshest thing is always taken into account when somebody put their hands on some other person.
Right.
And therefore you have to have them taken off the bus, taken out of the school, and dealt with, because it could become a violent situation from the parents or either a child.
Yeah, and I think that's true because, like, when you hear about these mass school shootings, sometimes you
Right.
wonder,
Were the parents aware?
were the parents aware? Was the person that was responsible for the mass shootings, were they being bullied in some type of way or harassed at school?
Well, if I'm a parent, got a young child at home, and I go buy a gun and give it to him at 12, 13, 14 years old, I I don't think he's responsible enough to have a gun at that age.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
And
I
so, should they
agree.
be held accountable?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
your opinion.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know,
I think the mother, if the child got the gun from his house and it's not kept in a safe position or
Mm-hmm.
place, then the parents is responsible for that.
yeah. So were any of you bullied at school during your school years?
Well, I went to school a long time ago, so yeah, I got bullied.
And what about you, ma'am?
I don't remember. Uh, I don't think I was bullied because everybody thought I was smart, so they just wanted to do their schoolwork. So
Oh,
it was
No,
like
that's right.
easy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, my bullying come from back in the day when I was a young boy at school. People bullied me, I guess, because I was so dark.
Yes, I had the same experience.
And I come to find out he was an asset being dark.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I found out some people thought being dark as I was different.
Yeah. I think that's still the
So
concept, the way people think today. You know, darker means
Yeah, I
different.
think
Yeah.
but it was viewed as in most cases at that time at my school and different places in my place where I came from, it was an asset to be black or dark or real dark.
Yeah.
He's a real dark.
Real dark.
Real dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that made you stand out from the rest of the people. It's just like having another person that's really what we call light-skinned.
Right.
They stand out. They stand out a little bit more than the other person.
Yeah. Well, I
Just
think
because
now,
of the color of their skin.
yeah, I think now it's becoming more acceptable with, with
Right.
with minorities. I mean, the complexion is just a whole host
Yeah.
of
it's a
colors,
crayon box.
Right,
Yes.
crayon box of,
Right.
of colors. But I don't know, that would probably be like a good survey. Do you think bullying happened more in certain minorities versus others? Or races, I guess I should say. But or is it like just common all over?
I think
I don't
if
know.
you carry yourself a certain way and there's something
I
different
think
about you,
bullying happened a
they're
lot
gonna.
in the African American community or Black community
You
because
do?
of colorism.
Colorism, yes. Yes. I would agree with
Well,
that.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've experienced
with
that
the-
now.
Mhm.
With
Yeah.
the slave house being light skinned to the field being dark skinned all the way up to modern times, it's just now becoming more acceptable if you know of a darker skin complexion like Granddad or Mr. Harper. Most of us on the podcast right now, like 10 years ago, we would have been considered dark skinned or not a light skinned person.
Right.
So you saying we was gonna be
black.
outside?
Now everyone wants to claim that they're, black in some way, shape, or form, and like colorism is not an issue anymore when it comes to job placement,
Oh, come on now.
dating, and all that other stuff. But it still is a factor.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess colorism is a form of bullying. I never thought about it that way,
Oh
but
yeah,
I can see that,
that was me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dark. You dark and you skinny. And you had hair. Okay.
Yeah. So the comments, the feedback is really good. This is a good conversation.
Yes.
Saying it, how you feel about bullying and others being bullied and how colorism plays into that. So,
Right.
Yeah, and also last thing now that's becoming accepted is our hairstyles.
Ah.
That's
Black
right.
women, they just now 2000. Well, I believe they used to have it. I think 15 years ago in the Army where
You couldn't wear locks.
females could wear dreads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they just brought it back to where now we can wear them.
oh,
Yeah.
And
well, that's
also
good.
California passing to where African American women can wear their natural hair to work
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
not be sent home
But think
or,
about that.
you
Think
know,
about that. Why would they need to pass a law for you to wear the hair that grows out of your own head to a job? Think about that.
Well,
Because it's different. It's different than what those that are, how should I say, that are leaders within the workforce. It's
But their
different.
hair grow out of
So,
their head like it is.
but it's different look. It's different. That's it.
God
It's
made
not.
us all different, though.
Some people think that. Some think it should be. We are
Not family.
the majority, and that's not true anymore.
I think
So
That's true.
I
Yes.
think the issue is back in the 90s and 60s when African American females was still considered the lowest class
Yes.
in America, trying to get jobs and look like a white woman or a fair skinned woman. Their hair was straight, so we would straighten our hair to assimilate and to get into the job culture. But now that we have dominance and presence, we don't want to be what's it called? We want to have equal opportunity and not be discriminated because of our hair, or for
Right.
leadership to send us home because they think our hair is exotic or not
Hey,
within
ooh, I'm
standard because it's not
exotic.
straight like the
I like that.
Caucasian woman is.
Yes, I agree. I understand. It's sad, but it's true.
well, we would like to have more feedback, more comments. We're going to
More subscribers.
yeah, more subscribers. More likes, subscribe, comment. This podcast will be posted to YouTube. And we would like for you to cast your voice by entering your comments at the podcast
Yes.
site. So
Should parents be held accountable for their child being a bully?
yeah, and just
Say
kind of
it.
what you think about bullying overall, what it is, what it's not. So say it and please let us know. And until next time, may the Lord watch
between me and thee
while we're absent, one from another. Say it.